So I'm on my way headed to the pond, and I swear there's a bald eagle on top of that tree. Where is it at? Right there. I swear that's a bald eagle. Yep. That is a bald eagle. That is so cool. There it goes. Well, everybody, the time has finally come. We're going to take this Ironman build. We're going to put it on the water for the absolute first time. I've been waiting for about 4 months since I started this build to get it on the water, and today is the day. So a quick overview if you've never seen this boat. It's a 48-inch. It was originally designed for gas. It was given to me from Ironclad RC, his YouTube channel. He sent me the boat about 18 months ago. It sat on my shelf for a little over a year, and during the winter storm, I said I'm gonna go ahead and make a build out of it, and this is what we've got. We've got basically twin KMB 7.5 outboards, complete Oxydine powered. We're running 4082 motors, 1650 kV. Damn! We're running these right here currently are 4516 3-blade stainless steel from a company called Dr. Props, and those are the props that we're going to be running. And basically get some water pickup there, got some clamps, goes up, cools that, and then it goes inside to where it starts cooling the inner electronics. Now the canopy of the boat is something that I made custom myself, because since it was originally a gas boat, there was no lid. Now this is a piece of basically smoked Lexan. It's not plexiglass, it is Lexan, and I'm showcasing this for the very first time. We've got our very own arc reactor. Check it out. We'll turn on the arc reactor. Awesome! That's sick. I had to wait for the final touches. So cool. So basically we've got our two ESCs. Water cooling goes in, water cooling goes out, exits out the side. The same thing for over here. So these are 200 amp speed controllers. We've got a giant 1/5 or 1/4 scale servo, W-Fly X9S receiver, and because this is the very first maiden run, we're going to run it on two 4S packs. They're high voltage. They're charged to about 15 to 16 volts a piece. So if you were to, put it together, you're running roughly 32 volts. But we're running 16 volts on each side, just for the preliminary test run. What I did at work the other day, did some pour foam. That's flotation and nose weight. This boat is very, very tail heavy because of everything being in the rear, and I decided to put pour foam in it, and that really helped channel the balance of the boat back to where I think it needs to be. But we won't really know anything until we put it in the water to see how it performs. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to turn it on, I'm going to give it a little test rip, and make sure the props spin in the right direction, make sure steering is correct. Steering works good. Prop spin nice and true. So if y'all don't know, these motors are only designed to spin one direction. So I had to make a custom cable in order to spin one prop clockwise and one prop counterclockwise. And this is going to be a trick to see if what I did works. So right now the motors are connected together, and then this is their steering. So we'll see. Even made these carbon fiber cavitation plates, which don't know what we're going to need, but we're going to go ahead and pop on our hatch locks and get it on the water. This boat is extremely heavy. Man, look at that. She's sitting so pretty. That is awesome. That is a sick looking build right there, man. I think that is gorgeous. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. Alright, let's just see how it does. Let's reverse. Not bad. That is a trip, dude. We're just cruising. Get up. Get up. There you go. Alright, she's got some porpoise to her. Maybe too much positive trim. I think I'm gonna need to lower the motors, or at least lower the angle of the motors. Man, I raised the motors thinking that they were too deep, and still that may be the problem. But man, that thing is pimping, ain't it? God, that is gorgeous. It looks so cool just driving it slow. I want to test the steering and all that. Ah! Try to back it up, back it up, back it up. Okay. Do a drive-by. See if we can get it up without it hopping. No, it likes to hop. Oh, that's a trip. All right, I'm gonna bring it in. We'll make an adjustment and we'll make sure that the temps are okay. It's the first time on the water. We don't want to cook anything. Adding that foam did add an extraordinary amount of nose weight, which we needed to get it closer to the 70-30, position. But it probably has an effect on the motors. So I'm not really sure what direction to go, but we'll try going down to try to keep the nose down, because right now it's really lifting the nose. So we'll give it a try. Let's see how the motors are. Oh, nice and nice cold. Nice and nice cold. No heat. Okay, good. So what I opted to do, I take this screw right here, loosen up all 4 of them, basically the top 2 on here and the top 2 over here, and I pushed both of them down, trying my best to keep them basically flush. Now what I have to do, I can't forget. I'm glad I'm talking about it, because every time you do it, you have to loosen your steering so you can tilt the motors down until you find that sweet spot. So we should be okay. But so far, I would say it's doing okay. I really wish it didn't porpoise, but that could be needing to slide the batteries forward, needing to slide the batteries back. Not really sure. This was originally built for big giant 6S batteries, and we've only got some smaller 4S packs in there right now. So once we put the batteries in it on the next run that it was made for, I think that things may change. So let's get it back on the water and see how that performs. Yeah, still porpoising like crazy. She turns like a dog though, man. That's wicked. It looks so sick. All right, I'm gonna try pushing the batteries a lot further forward and see if that'll help keep the nose down. So I got her open, let's check. All right, yeah, wow, everything's ice cold. That's good. That's not just a smidge hotter. Arc reactor, nice and cold. All right, 69. What do we got? 27 miles an hour. But she bouncing like hell. Okay. Let's see if I can just slide these lipos forward. I think when I put it in there, it was originally designed to go as far forward as I could get it. Let's just do this. Let's just run one strap and push them all the way forward, because I think that adjustment will be the most drastic, and it will let me know if it does any improvement at all. We're not going super fast, so I don't think it'll matter. Plus, we've got the little anti-skid mat to help us. So we're just gonna take this strap like this. That'll just keep the things there. Let's see, will it stick? Yeah, that'll stick. Okay, all right, let's give that a whirl. Okay. All right, time to fly. Batteries move forward. I'm gonna say it's better already. It needed more nose weight. It's still porpoising, but nowhere near as bad off the rip. I'm curious if me trimming it down has an effect on the porpoise. Because I'm thinking, like, if it's down, it may be trying to push the nose down, and it could be causing the porpoise. I'm not sure. All right, I'm gonna try trimming it up and see if up does better than down. All right, we are now trimmed up as far as possible, right? As much angle as I can get on those jack plates. The only other adjustment we can do is actually raise the motor up or down. Let's see how it goes. Made a drastic difference as far as the rooster tail is concerned. I'm gonna say that made it worse.
Yes, this shit is raw coming at your door. You start to scream out loud. Wu-Tang's back for more. Yes, the hour's 4. I told you before. Prepare for Mike fights and plus the Cold War.
Hey man, check out that 6'4".
Yes, this shit is raw coming at your door. You start to scream out loud. Wu-Tang's back for more. Yes, the hour's 4. I told you before. Prepare for Mike fights and plus the.
Oh damn, what up, Grandma?
Tell your daddy to page me.
All right then. All right, player, stay up.
Peace.
Yes, this shit is raw coming at your door. You start to scream out loud. Wu-Tang's back for more. Yes, the hour's
Just so
4.
y'all can see what we're doing. So we got this. You can see the screw hole. We're gonna push that down about right there. That's actually a little bit further than where it was. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna do the same thing. Okay. Then we're gonna come here and we're gonna stare at the cavitation plates. And this one looks like it needs to come down just a tick. That's too far. Let's see if we can just bring them down further. Bringing them down was helping them. That's catching. Okay. All right, that looks good. Let's see here. On camera, it looks like the left one is a little lower. Honestly, like, to me, give it all it's got, you know what I mean? I think giving it all it's got. But the only other thing I can do is actually, like, lower the motor down, you know? But lowering the motor down isn't going to do me much because these are kind of already bottomed out in the holes. So sliding the motors down is just going to kind of put those in a bind. So we are down more negative than we were before. So we are going to lock these off. We just got to find that sweet spot, you know. You can't just go off of other people's setups because this is one of a kind. There are no other setups. Everybody's watching. Some people say raise the motor. Some people say lower the motor. Never know what direction to go. All right, I'm going to change these props out. those 14 or 45/16s just maybe giving me too much lift. So I opted to put on these. I wish I had my 44s, but I don't. These are 42 millimeter by 1.6. These are the brass Offshore Electrics high rake props. So it'll be a completely different characteristic of prop. So we'll see if that helps. Let's give it a go. Oh, 10 times better already. Still got some hop. Once it starts hopping, it's hard to stop it. But it is running better. I got my buddy came to see me. Still lifting the nose crazy high. Try to get full throttle. No. Okay. We've done what we can on the 4S packs. Let's go ahead and try the 6S because that's going to put a lot more weight in the boat, and we'll see if it has a better effect on it. I'm going to run out of daylight if I play around too much. What are you doing, Case? Hey, baby. You smell my boat? You smell it? You smell my dogs on the boat? Yeah. All right, I had to spend a little time with the dog and the owner of the pond. All right, still 27 miles an hour. We're just gonna turn that off. No sense in killing the battery on something. Come on, there you go. All right, well, turn that off. Turn that off. Yep, she was designed for heavier packs. Let's pop the 6S in. So the big 6S 9,000 mile EC packs from SMC, those are in there and installed. Let's go ahead and do a throttle blip. All right, gorgeous. All right, let's try it again. The older 4S lipos are only at 4.15, so I still got a lot of runtime on those. May run them later. But this is a 6S run, so let's see. Still porpoising. So crazy. All right. I want to try sliding the batteries back. I've tried sliding them forward. I'm going to try to slide them all the way towards the rear. Okay. So that's where it was. Let's do the same thing that we did last time, except bring them back and only run one strap. We'll see how that does. Okay, let's see. Batteries towards the rear. Yeah, they're just gonna keep hopping. Looks like a motor adjustment, you know, up or down. It's really cool, like running slow, but even then it starts to porpoise. All right, so these are the ones that we need to mess with. All right, now what I decided to do on this was something a little different, just only because it kind of worked better. I gave it more negative trim, but I raised the motor, if that makes any sense. So we basically maxed out the negative trim, and then we raised up the motor as far as we could on the jack plate. So let's see what happens. All right, let's see. Oh, a lot better. Yeah. Annoyingly bouncy. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oof. One of the motor shafts, either it lost the shaft or I can't tell. But I thought I heard it when I drove it all the way out there. It was spinning. Well, let's test my theory and see what it looks like. Yep. I can't tell if the motor's spinning, honestly. Yeah, I think it is. So, okay, well, unfortunately, the Maiden didn't go how I planned, but kind of figured that, honestly. There's going to be a whole lot of setup configurations to try to figure this thing out because of how off the wall it is. But negative trim, in my opinion, is like off. It's just performance is off, you know? So I kind of think maybe we need to just raise the entire jack plate, the entire, you know, thing up to get the props less in the water. I'm assuming the prop is in the water too much, which is giving me too much lift, which is lifting the nose. That's my assumption. So, okay. Let's see. Heat. Very, very little. It's still cool out here. Still wintertime for me. So, yeah, everything's ice cold. Batteries. Yeah. Motors, wires, yeah, everything's ice cold. Couldn't hammer onto it like we wanted. Let's see, hold that, turn off the arc reactor. There we go. Okay, well, I look forward to talking to y'all in the comment section. I got one more boat to run and I'm running out of daylight. So I'm gonna post this for what it is. Anticlimactic, and we broke the cable probably. So I'll make a video or whatever pulling the motor apart, and we'll see, exactly what was going on there. I don't know if it messed up here in the cup or if it messed up here in the collet. We'll have to see what happens. But that is the one that I did make custom. So kind of figured something like that may happen. Well, thank y'all for watching. See y'all later.
Yes, the shit is raw coming at your door.